I enjoy horror in all its forms. Usually on this channel, it's mostly about movies and video games, but I also read horror novels and, in this case, horror comics. I haven't read a ton, but I have read a handful, and the two I am talking about today are a great double feature and are my favorites. First, we've got Wytches, the story by Scott Snyder, who has done a number of Batman comic series, a couple other DC ones, not just Batman, and then he's the creator of American Vampire, the American Vampire series. Story-wise, if you have seen The Wretched, I think it was 2019, maybe 2020, it's very similar to that. This Wytches clearly came out well before The Wretched, so if anything, The Wretched took ideas from Wytches. But I believe both are takes on the Night Hag, which is a type of witch that lives in the forest, can shapeshift very grossly, and uses part of its magic is that its victims are forgotten whenever they're taken. Art style-wise, it's very 30 Days of Night, I want to say. It's really dark, kind of swirly. I don't know art styles for comics. I'm not huge into comics, so I don't know a lot of the appropriate verbiage, but I like it. I have read 30 Days of Night, and I think the art styles are pretty similar to that. It's dark, it's gory, it's kind of your classic horror experience. Folk horror experience, to be precise. It's very much got that feeling of outsiders coming into a close-knit town with a dark secret. There is, so the Wytches I have is the volume 1, and there's only one volume of the proper Wytches story, but there is a second series that was done in the Wytches universe called Bad Egg, I think, Wytches Bad Egg. I have not read that one yet, but I want to. I can only find it for like $40 though, so I'm waiting for a cheaper option. Second, we have Something is Killing the Children. Art style-wise, I think it's a lot more conventional, traditional. You know, it doesn't have a whole lot of out there techniques. It's a very comic book look. It looks like a comic book. I don't know how a better way to describe it. Vibe-wise, the vibe is definitely a lot lighter than Wytches. It's still gory. It's about a monster hunter. Obviously, Something is Killing the Children is the name of the book. But the best way I can describe its vibe, if you were a fan of Supernatural, the show Supernatural, anywhere between seasons 1 and 5. That's the kind of vibe it's going for. The dialogue, it's almost like reading hard-boiled detective fiction or something, like the main character's seen it all. And the cool factor is very much what it is in Supernatural, like how they interact with people who are outside of the family business of hunting monsters. There's one scene where the lead character goes into a hardware store to get weapons, basically, and asks about chainsaws. And so the clerk says, "Oh, well, this one's electric and it's got a great safety rating." And she interrupts him and says, "Which one's been returned the most, because it chews through anything, and once it starts, it won't stop." And the clerk's like, "What?" It's that really cheesy rendition of cool, which isn't really cool, but I don't know. I loved Supernatural. I didn't end up watching the whole series. I think I stopped watching 2 or 3 seasons before the end, and I just never got back into it. One day I'm going to do a big, massive binge. But yeah, it's got the 2004 cool vibe. So if that's something that you like, you might want to check this out. Also, there are a ton more comic series in the Something is Killing the Children series. So if you do like it, there's plenty more to check out. I've only done the first one. I don't shop comics very much, and without being able to pop them open and just get like a vibe check, I don't want to order them online. Comics aren't my main thing. I'm a movies and games guy. So there you go. Yeah, two comic series that I, as a non-comic person, recommend. If you can only afford one, though, I would definitely go Wytches. I think Wytches is awesome. I'm actually considering the Wytches comic book taking up this last spot that needs to be taken up on my horror wall. Or at least artwork of it. I'm Smokey Lyle, this is Horror and Cats, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Do you like Wytches too? Yes, I do.